Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It's 8:07 now in your nation's capital. Thanks for tuning into O'Connor and Company. We appreciate it. We're going to get your week started off on the right foot. And in 30 minutes, we're going to speak with a friend of the program, Peter Schweitzer, one of the best investigative journalists out there. He wrote several books about the Clinton Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, the Clinton crime family, specifically with their pay-for-play plans. Apparently, the FBI was investigating that. And during the 2016 campaign, Obama's DOJ told them to shut it down, stop investigating. Peter Schweitzer will give us details coming up in 30 minutes. It's Larry O'Connor with Julie Gunlock. Good Monday to you, Julie.
Good morning.
It's going to be a busy day here in Washington. We're used to the eyes of the world being on our town, but it'll be even more so as President Zelensky of Ukraine, as well as many European leaders, will meet with President Trump and break down what occurred on Friday in Alaska, or at least what we know of what may have happened. The president yesterday put out a statement on Truth Social. President Zelensky of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started. No getting back Obama given Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, and no going into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never change. All right, to help translate that and to break down what we think happened on Friday, what we think might happen today, and how high the stakes are, is General Jack Keane. You know him, of course, from Fox News as their senior strategic analyst. He's also the chairman of the Institute for the Study of War. General Keane, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, delighted to be here, Larry and Julie.
Before we get into what you expect to happen today, can you just reflect a little on Friday? I've heard a lot of people in the media saying that Trump should not have had a literal red carpet for President Putin, that he shouldn't have shook hands with him, he shouldn't have been smiling. I had heard some people say that they should have immediately arrested him for war crimes when he set foot on our soil. What do you make of that? I mean, with regard to meetings like this and potential peace talks, I mean, sometimes you have to do these shows, don't you?
Well, the president chooses to be gracious to a host, to an adversary who's coming to the United States, and he invited him to come here. Putin wanted to have a visit. It was his initiative, to get together with the president. The president wanted to include Zelensky. Putin says no, but then did not disagree with a potential follow-on meeting with Zelensky. Those are positive things. And why is Putin even coming? Why did he ask for the meeting? Well, I think likely because of the sanctions and crushing actions the United States is threatening to take if Putin isn't willing to make a deal. And certainly the 50% tariff on India was a step in that direction. I believe it got Putin's attention. And I think he's also recognizing full well the Trump he's dealing with now is much the same Trump that he dealt with in the first time, but considerably more experienced. He watched him take decisive military action to end Iran's nuclear program, at a minimum set it back a few years, and actually it was so decisive it brought the war to an end within 24 hours. All of that is in Putin's head here going forward. I think, look at how a president expresses his graciousness through protocol, I think is clearly a side issue. The media is somewhat frustrated because the press conference did not reveal any of the results of the negotiations because those are still ongoing so much. That it wasn't in the interest of those negotiations to reveal them. And so what do? We focus on the image because there was no substance to really focus on. And today is a huge step in the right direction, as you were beginning to discuss.
Well, I know we want to move on to today and talk about those discussions with Zelensky, but just very quickly, one more question about the optics on between Putin and Trump. Some people seem to be disturbed by the fact that Putin got on stage and talked first. What were your thoughts on that? I'm just very curious because it seemed odd to me too. I've seen some people sort of give reassuring comments on that and some people sort of batting it away as not a big deal. What were your thoughts?
Well, I was told the president wanted to have the last word.
There you go.
There you go.
It's as simple as that. All right, so looking forward to today. It's quite a scene here in Washington, D.C., with several European dignitaries as well as President Zelensky himself. And I read President Trump's Truth Social post yesterday. Are you deciphering this? And I know that you know people behind the scenes and within these talks. What do you think is going to happen today, General?
Well, it is really quite unprecedented. And the fact that the top European leaders are coming here. This is the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Italy, Finland, the EU leader, and the NATO leader, all coming with President Zelensky at the president's invitation to sit down in the Oval Office and hammer out the next step. Obviously, it's been leaked out that there is an offer that Putin put on the table to take, which is the offer he made the previous week, take control of Donetsk and Luhansk and freeze activities in Zaporizhia and Kherson. These are the four regions that he wants to take complete control of. He has made no concessions that are understandable, other than one critical statement that it is reasonable to discuss security guarantees going forward. And if that turns out to be real, then these meetings today, from what I understand, having spoken to Ukrainian leadership and also the U.S. team, that these meetings today are going to be much about what is the counter offer that Putin has on the table, and let's flush out the security guarantees. What does that mean? Now, for the sake of our audience, what we are saying here, there is a ceasefire and a permanent agreement. Russian and Ukrainian forces have achieved some kind of separation. There may have been a land swap. We don't know. That remains to be seen as a result of these discussions. But there has to be security guarantees in place to ensure that Russia doesn't do what they have historically done, reattack at a time convenient to them.
Well, and
so
can I'm sorry for interrupting you, but we only have a minute left, but those security guarantees, because, I mean, Russia's Russia, Putin's Putin. So I guess the better question is, when they violate the agreement, when they attack again, when they try to take more territory, who will be there on the ground? Who is guaranteeing the security? Who will be enforcing this?
Well, that's what's being flushed out. That would likely be, in my mind, it would certainly be the majority of the forces on the ground would be provided by the Europeans. The Army has 4 brigades in Europe right now. 2 of them are permanent. 2 of them rotate in and out. I would also recommend we put one of those into Ukraine. All of it backed up by air power, can provide day-to-day, hour-by-hour intelligence on what Russian forces are doing, and upgun Ukraine as much as possible. There are other options certainly are going to be discussed, but those are top-of-mind options. If you want real security guarantees that have some teeth to it, that has to be an essential ingredient. That will get discussed today for sure.
It's going to be a big day, and we will have follow-up coverage tomorrow, and no doubt, if you are so inclined, you can get General Keane's analysis in real time, I'm sure, all day today on Fox News Channel. Thank you, General.
Yeah, great talking to both of you. Thank you.